real estate moguls steer global tensions amidst market-driven war strategies?
Look, I think that there is some reality that the president follows and tracks markets. And I think that, again, it's not just the energy prices, but it was also the bond markets. I do think that, one other point I'd make to you, Christian, is I probably don't agree with much of the Democrat criticism about the president's ability to engage here without congressional approval. I think the Constitution gives the executive branch wide latitude on foreign policy. But I think one thing of concern is when you talk about, reports Israel confirming that Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are the ones having conversations with Iranian parliament. For two real estate developers to be in charge of foreign policy with Ukraine and Gaza, and now in theory with resolution in Iran, I think there's a reason that you want people to be Senate confirmed, because they can be brought to Congress to be questioned about any deals that they're making. And I think having two real estate developers who are not part of that confirmation process is somewhat, I think, certainly concerning.
That is about as diplomatic an analysis of that as I've heard from somebody on your side. There has been a lot of issues raised, and I'm not doing this as a gotcha. These are two incredibly important global issues: the threat to Europe and Ukraine from Russia, and the threat to the whole Middle East from Iran and all these wars, Israel everywhere. So I do think you're absolutely right to talk about who should be best positioned to actually have these negotiations. And I would just ask you, if you were the Iranian regime and you were being asked to negotiate again with these same people, when both times previously that you did it, the very next day, while you thought negotiations were still on, wars started against you. In June, the 12-day war, and now this one. If you just look at the other side for a minute, put yourself in their shoes, what do you think they're going to ask for? I mean, talk about transactional. They're going to ask for a lot more.
Well, Christian, look, I don't think that, I think the reality is that in past negotiations, there's plenty of evidence that Iran has broken those deals behind the scenes as well.